All right, so I want to share what I have learned about improving the quality of the sleep. So you probably already know modern studies show that a lot of people are not able to really sleep well in the night. So this is a very basic thing, right? Just like eating, we need sleeping as well. Uh, but unfortunately, the modern lifestyle does not allow us to have even a good night of sleep. And this is a big problem because if you have not slept well, as you know very well, the whole day goes to waste, basically. You cannot focus on anything, your productivity goes down, and you just feel like you just want to go to bed. But during the daytime, sometimes you cannot go to bed. It's not possible sometimes. And even if you go, you are not able to sleep. Even sleeping in the daytime is even much more difficult. So sleeping is such an important thing, right? And it has been also shown that in the hospitals, a lot of people who are, trying to uh, heal or find some cure of some of the diseases that they have or some other problems, if you just allow them to sleep enough, long enough, they improve a lot. The comparison that they have done, so studies that show patients who are sleeping longer, having enough sleep, improve much faster, much more effectively. So I don't think I need to tell you anything more about, how important sleep simply is. And it is one of the most neglected thing. We take it for granted that, okay, we just go to bed and we sleep. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So I was having problems myself, because of modern lifestyle, for other reasons. I was not getting good sleep. I realized uh, in a week, out of 7 days, I was getting good sleep maybe 3, 4 days, and the other 3, 4 days I was not, and it was even affecting the other days as well. So I have done some experiments myself, figured out a few things that has dramatically changed the quality of my sleep. And I thought this would be something that you will also be able to appreciate because, as I said, you already know this, that how important it is. All right, so let's move forward. Let's first try to understand.
Honestly, Abedar, I'm facing the same problem. Same problem. Absolutely same. Yeah. It
Mhm,
will be
mhm.
very helpful for me. Thank you.
Great, of course. Thanks for your feedback. Yes, I think a lot of us are facing this problem. And then I can tell you, I feel so much better and it's so valuable. I feel like I'm really living for the real sense. All right, so let's first try to understand what prevents us from sleeping well. And some of them we know already. There could be chronic health issues, right, that prevents you from sleeping well. You can have, some diseases, maybe because of very advanced old age, or you have some problems with your some internal organs. Let's say your liver or kidney or something is not functioning very well. So that will prevent you from sleeping well. This is known, right? And for this, I cannot give any suggestions. You simply need to go to a doctor and do all the checkups and figure out how to cure yourself, how to heal yourself, right? None of this rest of the presentation is not going to help you with that. So we'll keep that out of the scope of this presentation. But then we also have many problems with bad habits, right? Sometimes we are spending too much time on the phone. We are not going to bed on time. There could be so many bad habits that prevents you to sleep well. We know all of this, and then it could be bad lifestyle as well, right? So lifestyle needs to go along with a healthy habit of sleeping. Like your whole lifestyle needs to align, otherwise it doesn't work. Let's say you are partying too much or you're staying up very late in the night. You are on the screen for maybe 16 hours a day or something like that. Right? That's gonna really make it very problematic for you to have a good night of sleep. Then another thing that we can all relate to is stress, right? We have noticed this. The days that we are stressed, the stress can come from so many different sources. It can come from work, it can come from relationships, it can come from having too much to do, and so on, right? And we have noticed this, the day we are too stressed, we are not able to get good sleep. This is very, very common. Now, we know these problems. And we also resolve to solve them, right? We figure out that, okay, because of this I'm not able to sleep, or because of this couple of reasons, or whatever, a list of reasons, I'm not able to sleep. And we take resolutions, right? We decide, okay, from tomorrow, or from next week, or from this year, or whatever, I'll try to sleep better. We make these resolutions, but they don't really work. We have noticed this. We struggle with this. I have also struggled with this. Let's try to understand why the resolutions don't work. They don't work because we try to deal with them with our conscious mind, with a wish, or let's say wishful thinking. So what I mean by that is, we kind of wish that, okay, somehow maybe it will get better with time, or I will change my habit and just be a bit more serious about it, and this will get fixed. This, if you have such thinking, the mind, which is the conscious mind, does not take it very seriously. And that's the problem, because we all know there are two other layers of the mind, right? There's a subconscious mind that is in between the conscious and the unconscious mind, and there is the unconscious mind that works, beyond our consciousness. It works, and we all know this, that it works behind our conscious mind, but somehow we cannot uh, see it or feel it or understand how it works. And probably you all know this, our unconscious mind is much, much more powerful. If unconscious mind is an elephant, a conscious mind is an ant, basically. So what happens is, when you take a resolution, your conscious mind, which is compared to an ant, wants to change things, right? But your unconscious mind, which is much more powerful, which is like an elephant, thinks, oh, you know what? It's okay if you wish. I am not going to, change. I'm just going to keep on doing what I want to do, because that's what unconscious minds do. They try to keep your worldview the same as it is, right? Whatever is going, whichever way it is happening, it tries to keep it that way. It really hates any change. It doesn't want to change. So, what we need to do is use our unconscious mind, which is a very powerful ally that we have, right? We need to make it our ally. So go from conscious mind to unconscious mind. So how can we do this? How to tap into our unconscious mind and make it our ally that will really help us, achieve this. And I have experimented with it. I have read about it. I have done other similar experiments with unconscious mind, and I figured out certain very simplistic methods that will take maybe 5 minutes of your time a day, but they're extremely powerful method. And I have experimented myself, so I know that it works. All you need to do is try it, right? So what worked out for me are the following. Um, Instead of just wishing that, okay, I'm going to change this habit, right? Habits don't change so easily. As they say, old habits die hard, right? So it's not enough to just wish that, okay, from tomorrow I'm changing. That doesn't work. So the methods that I have used has three parts. First is writing. So whatever habits you identify as problematic, that is preventing you from sleeping well, you'll have to write down in words, right? Because writing is a process that your unconscious mind takes more seriously. If you write something down, the unconscious mind realizes, okay, this guy is serious about this. I'll have to take this seriously. He is not just wishing, he really means to make this happen. And this whole process, right, that involves your hand, your fingers, your pen and the paper, you're touching the paper and the pen, and you're thinking what to write, what is the next process, what is the next word I should write. Your senses are completely involved. This gives a sense of commitment to your unconscious mind. Unconscious mind takes it seriously. Then, in addition to writing, what we need to do is affirmation. It's a very, very powerful method that other people have used to achieve something similar, and much bigger things, of course. So what is affirmation? you basically tell it yourself that I'm going to do this, and you have to read it aloud. You'll have to say to yourself that, for example, today I am going to go to bed by 9 o'clock. You do this in the morning, right? So I made a list. I'll show you the list a little bit later, and you have to read it loud. Not only just write it, but read it loud. And then, in addition to this, another very powerful ally we have is visualization. This works like magic, really, because unconscious mind somehow, I don't know how to explain it very well. So if you do a visualization, your unconscious mind somehow can fuses it with reality. So the worldview it has, if you are doing a visualization, the unconscious mind thinks it's real. It's real, even if you're just visualizing. And there are many very interesting applications of it, and people have used it in so many ways. Just to give you an example, there is a Tibetan meditation where, it's very cold place, and the monks there, they'll have to deal with the cold climate there, and they visualize in their mind a flame, right? And they really concentrate in it and visualize it vividly. And this flame, this visualization, somehow works in a magical way that their unconscious mind triggers their body to get heated up. They really feel the heat. And it's physiologically true also. It's not just a psychological imagination. There have been studies that showed that they feel the heat really, and that helps them to survive the cold. So what you need to do here is also visualize whatever you have written and you have read aloud. You'll have to visualize this actually happening. So let's take some examples, and then I'll try to explain to you what I have done. So this is a screenshot that I took from my phone. I have an application. It's like a to-do list, right? So it took some time to make this list. How I made this list? I will just figure out in the morning, if I did not sleep well that night, I'll figure out why I did not sleep well. And almost every time you already know what has caused this problem, right? It's very unusual that you don't get a good sleep and then you don't realize what is wrong. You'd realize it. Either your mind is restless, it's thinking about something, or you have not gone to bed on time, or you have been on the screen for too long, or whatever. So whenever I have a reason that I figure out, I write it down in this to-do list, right? And then after a few days later, if I find something else, I add it to the list. And then the list grows, right? But it doesn't grow too long. There are a handful of things only, 4 or 5 things that really applies to you. So this is my list I'm showing you. And you'll have to come up with your own list, right? You start with one thing, and then it keep on increasing this list. And in this app, it is very easy to, just edit the text or delete one or add one. It is very easy. But if you don't want to use an app, you can also use a pencil and paper. That also works fine. So let's take a few examples here. I'll avoid drinking too much water before bed. So every morning I take a few minutes. It only takes about two minutes, right? Not even 5 minutes. It will take 2 minutes to do this. So I open this app and then I read this aloud. Say I will avoid drinking too much water before bed. And then I actually visualize it. That before going to bed, I'm just taking a sip of the water, just a few sips, and not gulp of water. That will, make me go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. The funny thing is, if you do this exercise, it happens in a much deeper level. So when you are at the moment when you're drinking the water before going to bed, somehow you remember it much more. Something inside you tells you, well, if you have told yourself that you're not going to do this, and then you have visualized it, don't do it. That voice that comes from inside, it's extremely powerful. So if you just say, okay, from tomorrow on, I'm not going to drink much water before going to bed, you will simply forget. What I've noticed is if you do this writing, affirmation, and visualization, you do not forget. Your unconscious mind does not allow you to forget. You will feel guilty, you'll feel uneasy if you break these rules. So let's just read the few other ones. I'll avoid surfing net while working. I have noticed that just while working, I sometimes go to read some news or LinkedIn or whatever. This creates this monkey mind, basically. We are training our mind to jump from one thing to the other constantly, all the time. It's sometimes not even necessary. Like in this particular case, going on LinkedIn or some news channel is not necessary. I can avoid it. And I've noticed it. If you train your mind that way, you are more calm. Your mind is less restless. So I'll eat mostly cooked food. As you already know, eating processed food and food from outside is just bad for you. Eating cooked food definitely helps you to sleep better. I will avoid onion, garlic, chili, wheat, and sugar. This probably applies to me. I have tried to follow, the Sattvic food habits that recommends you to not eat so much garlic, especially, and maybe even onion, and the other chili that stimulates your body. Then I have also developed some kind of gluten allergy, so I have reduced eating wheat, and I also notice sugar also makes me uh, a bit more restless. Then I will avoid unnecessary arguments during the day. This is very important. A lot of times you will have arguments maybe with your boss, with your wife, with your child, whoever, and you'll realize that almost maybe 90% of the arguments were not even necessary. And it's a wise idea to not get into the argument. And I know what you mean. Every time you say this to yourself, but every time you get entangled into argument, it is something like beyond you, right? You don't have any control over it. You just get into argument and they get angry and stressed, and then don't get good sleep and so on, right? But I can tell you, if you do this process of writing, affirmation, and visualization, it works. Really, it works. It will take some time. Then there will be situations when somebody said something to you and you feel like, okay, I'm going to give it back to that person, right? I'm going to say something. But then something from your inside tells you, okay, maybe it's not a good idea to do it. Let me not respond, uh, or maybe respond mildly, or consciously will avoid the argument. And this is very helpful. Uh, I think it's the best idea to consciously allow other people to win arguments. This is a very good thing to do. Just lose the argument, because argument doesn't take you anywhere. This is something that you will figure out. Arguments doesn't help really. Okay, the next one is I will start bedtime meditation by 9 p.m. So I have a meditation that I will also share with you, that I have figured out over the period of time. I have done many, many different types of meditations, and some of the processes of meditation I have found very effective. And I have developed a series of these techniques that if I do it, it definitely helps me to calm down. But generally, meditation is helpful in dealing the stress level. I'll come to that in more details in the next slide. So no screen time before 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. So I go to bed very early. I have come to this habit. I also recommend you to follow that. But yeah, I try to stop watching anything on the screen 1 hour before I go to bed. And this is very helpful indeed. Then before sunset, light dinner with freshly cooked khichdi or vegetables or fruits and nuts, and not too much cashew. I love eating cashews, but I noticed that if I eat too much cashew or any nuts in the evening, I have stomach problem and I cannot sleep well. And the khichdi thing, I have figured it out by reading up a little bit. So the Sattvic way, the yogis basically, they eat this. This is your usually a recipe of parboiled rice. Then you have mung dal. You make the khichdi out of these two things and add some vegetables and add a little bit of turmeric and jeera, right? Cumin. And if you want, you can add a little bit of ghee, and then you freshly cook it. Basically, fresh food is that's what they recommend instead of heating up from fridge. Just a little bit. And I found a method. It takes maybe 20 minutes for me to make this. I just need to prepare and leave it, and then it's done, right? And I've noticed that if I eat this instead of anything else, it does help in sleeping much better. All right, so let's move to the next slide. So the last thing that we have not talked about is stress, right? Stress definitely keeps you awake in the night. And there are many stress management strategies. I'm not going to get into all of that. You can figure that out by yourself. What I have found out is the number one most effective method of dealing with stress is meditation. And it doesn't really matter so much what type of meditation you do. You should do the type of meditation that works for you, right? It's easy for you to do. And it doesn't need to be long. 15-20 minutes a day is probably enough. If you do more, you will definitely benefit more. The the important thing about meditation is really regularity. That is a harder thing to do because people do a few days, a week, or a month maybe, and then they drop out. Business of life or whatever. They don't see the results. But a lot of people who practice meditation on a daily basis definitely have observed tremendous benefit from it. I have also observed. So if you do at least 20 minutes a day and every day really without fail, it can bring tremendous benefit in terms of reducing your stress level, and you will also sleep better. So we can endlessly talk about the benefits of meditation, but I will end here. And then we'll do a quick meditation. I'll take the question answer session at the end. Let me get back to it here. All right. All right. So we'll do a quick meditation. I will guide you through the meditation. But before we get into the meditation, let me tell you a few processes. Basically, it will be a series of things that we'll be doing one after another. And some of them are easy to follow. So I'll just tell you what to do and you will do it. No problem. But near the end, there will be three processes, three steps that I want to show you first so that you know how to do it, because you'll have your eyes closed. So I don't want to break in the middle and then show you how to do it. So I'm teaching you now, but when you do the meditation, you just do it and you learn how to do it. The first one is uh, Anulom Vilom Pranayama. So you know this one, alternative nostril breathing, right? So the actual mudra is more complex, but you can simply, if you like, just simply close your one nostril, breathe in from the other nostril, and then switch the nostril, right, and breathe out from the other one. So I don't know whether my image uh, is flipped or not, like it's a mirror image or not. Usually I start with my left nostril. Maybe it is showing right on your side, but just remember, you breathe in from the left and then breathe out from the right, and then you switch the finger, breathe in from the right nostril and breathe out from the left. So this will be one round of Anulom Vilom. We'll be doing three such rounds. So this is the first one. There will be other steps before this, but the ones that you need to remember. Second one is the Om chanting. So there are three syllables: A, U, and right? So we'll be taking a long deep breath in, and then we'll say ah. The three parts of it. We'll take it a long and deep breath, right? Then the third one is the Vramari Pranayama, which is the buzzing bees. The way you do it is you'll have to close your eyes with your fingers, and with the thumbs, you just gently close your ears, right? So that you cannot see much or you cannot hear much. This kind of gives you this isolated space. And once you have that, you just take a long deep breath in, right? And then you simply make the hum noise. It's a humming noise, right? When you do ow, is the last part. The only you said the part. So you'll take a long deep breath in, and then you say like this, a very long one. We will make it long and effective. Then I will do some chanting and then we can finish it. That's the method, guys. Do you have any questions before we start the meditation? Is it very clear, those 3 steps at least?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Then please sit in a comfortable position. Make your back straight. Don't be too stiff. So you still need to be comfortable, but make sure your head, your neck, and your shoulder are in a straight line. Gently close your eyes. We'll start with sending waves of compassion. Waves of compassion on all 4 sides. So imagine your sending is starting from you, and you're sending waves of compassion that travels from you outside you. And as the wave travels, it embraces any living creature on the path. Try to send it to your right side, and this wave of compassion will embrace the living creatures on the right side. It could touch, your relatives, your family, friends, strangers, even enemies. Then send it back on your backside and embrace everything. Heal them. Now send it to your left side. Finally, send the wave of compassion to your front. Embrace everything that comes on the way, purifying them, healing them. Send the love. Okay, now bring your focus on your body. Imagine your body as a rock. It's a powerful, strong resource that you have that you will be using to travel through the human life. It's a very valuable asset you have. Now bring your focus to your legs. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine the muscles of your legs and the bones are relaxing. Take another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine the big muscles of your thighs are relaxing. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, your waist, all the muscles, all body parts close to the waist are relaxing. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, your stomach is relaxing, your belly. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, all the internal body parts, the organs inside your body are relaxing. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, your arms, both of the arms are relaxing. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, your shoulder and your neck are relaxing. A long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, the muscles of your face, where a lot of stress remains, are relaxing. We'll do one more time here. Take a long deep breath in and really relax all the face muscles. This is a very important place. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, your brain and the mind, they are finally relaxing. From here, we'll count some numbers. Counting numbers backward engages your mind and brings it in. It helps you to focus. So let's try to count from 20 to 0. So start at 20, 19, 18, and go on. All right, very good. Now we are ready to start our pranayama. So keep your eyes closed and close the right nostril with your finger, and then breathe in from the left nostril. And without waiting, breathe out from the right nostril. Just switch your finger. Now breathe in from the same nostril. Switch your finger. Breathe out from the left nostril. Breathe in from the same nostril. Switch your fingers and breathe out from the right nostril. Breathe in from the same nostril. Switch the fingers. Breathe out from the left nostril. We'll do one more time. So breathe in from the left nostril. Switch your fingers. Breathe out from the right nostril. Breathe in from the same nostril. Breathe out from the left nostril. Great. We're done with the Anulom Vilom. Relax. Take a breath here. And then take a long and deep breath in. And then we'll do the Om chanting. Take a long deep breath in. Take another long deep breath in. Uh, Very good. We're done with the Om chanting. Take a breath here. Now gently close your eyes with your fingers. Make it really dark. And then also close your ears with the thumb. Gently press them. Take a long deep breath in. And as you don't breathe out, just do the humming chanting. Mm. Take a long deep breath in. Mm. The last one. Let's take a long deep breath in. Mm. Can gently take your hands down. Now sit back and relax. Just focus within. Spend a few minutes here. Yogarto Bhogarto Sangarto Va Sangavinaha Yasati Brahma Ramata Chetvam Yasati Brahmani Ramate Chetvam Nandati Nandati Nandatveva Nandati Nandati Nandatveva. Satsangatve Nisangatvam Satsangatve Nisangatvam Nisangatve Nirmohatvam Nisangatve Nirmohatvam Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam Nishchalatatve Jivanmukti Nishchalatatve Jivanmukti. Iha samsare bahudustare samsare bahudustare kripaya pare pahi murare kripaya pare pahi murare. Take your time. Take your time. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. All right. I hope you enjoyed it and you have learned something from the session and also enjoyed the meditation. I'm happy to take a few questions if you have any.
I'll just share my thing that I've had my issues of sleep as well last year, but at least one thing that has helped me a lot is reading books in the night. As you said, right? Screen, it's difficult. I try my best not to get into, I stopped watching all the web series. I if I start watching a web series, it takes me months to cover it because I don't have time in the night. Usually, I used to
mm,
do binge watching in the night in past,
mm,
but reading books is something that helps me a lot. Um, if I'm having a day when I'm not able to fall asleep right away, I just take a book. Even if sometimes it gets late, like, I try to sleep early, but holiday
mm,
seasons, family and friends visiting here and there, so it gets difficult.
mm.
But I start reading book, and at some point, I just feel like, just go to bed. And I think one thing I feel is like sometimes you're getting that sleep. Don't push it. Just when you're falling asleep, just go to bed right away. So that helps
Mm.
me a lot. So just wanted to share that.
Yes, thanks a lot for sharing, Mohit. Yes, I think reading is very helpful. I also read sometimes when I get up. It's one of the most helpful thing. And we could also do this meditation that I showed you. This can be also very helpful. My wife has been doing this, and
Hmm.
she has her health has improved a lot. She tells me
Okay.
that this vibratory, the humming
Hmm.
sound, what
Hmm.
it does is this vibration
Hmm.
helps the central nervous system, the spinal cord,
Hmm.
because of the vibration, it relaxes. It has a very soothing effect. So try it out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good to get a recorded one for this one,
Mm.
so that
Yes.
you can kind of follow.
Sure. I'm working on it. Once it's ready, I'll share with you. Mhm.
Thanks, Obi.
Sure. Of course. Anything else? Any other? Do you want to share your experience, feedback, or if you have any questions, please go ahead.
ये तूने आ ओ मा ये इस तरह से ओम को ब्रेकअप किया, तो इसका मीनिंग क्या क्या है, थोड़ा सा इसको डिटेल में बताएगा क्या, लॉजिक क्या है मतलब उसका?
इसका लॉजिक तो एक्चुअली मुझे पता नहीं है. I'll have to read up a bit. I don't think it's logical as such. Logic word is not probably applicable here. Uh, it probably has very deep spiritual meaning that I am not aware of it. But what I've noticed is these sounds are very powerful, and this sound come from different parts. It touches different parts also. Right? The different parts of the body are involved in it as well. And in each of them, some vibrations are being created. A creates a different set of vibration or a different place. U creates at a different place, and creates a more at the stomach. And if you do this, you'll see that you'll start to feel its effect first directly when you do this chanting. You will see this vibration happening there. And if you do this a long time, you will see its positive benefit. This vibratory things seem to be really beneficial for our body and mind. I cannot really explain it in a scientific or logical term, but just a matter of practicing it and doing. But yeah, the spiritual explanation is beyond me. Sorry. Dr. Khare, do you want to share anything? Was it helpful for you?
No, Mr. Rahman, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You have explained the difficult things in a very, very simplified way. Because I have also been, I'm doctor, I'm a senior citizen, and I'm 76 years old. So recently I've been just 1 or 2 years back, I was so busy in my routine that this was no problem. The moment I'll go to the bed, then I'll fall asleep. But since last 2 years, when I've become free, so it has become a problem. So all those things, seeing these screens just before until the time going to the before the bed, and then so many bad habits, taking a heavy dinner, like those things. So now I will try to rectify all those. I've been trying, and now with your guidance, what guidance you have given today, so I'll be doing it. And amazing. When it was amazing when I heard you chanting this Yogatova, Bhogatova. This is amazing, Mansur. This is amazing, really amazing. Actually, we have been chanting this. But I've been doing. I'm a fan of the Sadguru of Isha
Mhm.
Yoga Center of Coimbatore.
Yeah.
So actually,
Mhm.
he is since last 7 or 8 years. I'm doing this Isha Kriya, and at the
Okay.
end of this Isha Kriya, he is chanting this Sanskrit
Mhm.
shloka.
Right. Right.
So you also, so it was very amazing and very pleasant when I heard you chanting this sloka. Thank you very so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Khare, for joining, and I hope that it helps. Right. So, for the habit that you mentioned, I have noticed it that if I do this process of writing, affirmation, and visualization, all those habits, it becomes very easy to handle actually, compared to if you just follow, you just have wish that, okay, I wish that I didn't do this.
Okay, okay,
So
sir.
it takes some time, but I have started seeing results in 1 or 2 weeks already. And I
Okay,
have been following this for a few months now, and it has dramatically improved. Yeah.
okay, okay, sir. We'll follow it.
Thank you very much. All right, then I thank you all for joining today and wish you all the best. And if you have other questions, just don't hesitate to follow up on, on WhatsApp or something.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Raman.
Avi.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
guys.
wonderful
And thank
weekend,
you very
guys.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.